Okay, so let's have a work around this, how to capture the screenshots or take a screenshot. Normally, if you can through a system, right, you can see that print src in your keyboard action. So from there, we can have this and we can take this like this, right? So this is how we are going to take the screenshots, right? And we can attach it
Yes.
in your local folder wherever you want. So the same thing, how we can do it through the Selenium Java. Okay. So there we have a method called get screenshot as. Okay, get screenshot as. Okay, so this is the method which we are having. With the help of this, we can able to take the screenshot. So that is what we are going to see now, how to capture that. Say for that, I'm going to open an Eclipse IDE. Okay, so from there, you can take any URL. Okay, so suppose I'm going to see. So here I'm going to take a one class screenshot. Okay, so from that, okay, so here what we can do, whatever the URL which we are having, right? So we can have that URL first. So driver dot, we'll have to launch the browser, right? WebDriver, driver is equal to new. Okay, so here we can have this thing. Now we can have the driver dot get URL. So any of the URLs. So wherever we are having, right? So you can demo links. So we have. Say, assume that this is my URL, and I can paste there. Now I can use the driver dot nice. Okay, driver dot nice. Then you have duration of seconds. So you can use 10 seconds or whatever you want. Okay, so now here, initially, if you want to capture your screenshots, right, we need to create an object for that. Okay, so first of all, we will have to create an object to capture the screenshot. So that is, we can create an object. We have a interface called as a take screenshot. So with the help of that, we can able to capture. So initially, we will have to create an object. Okay, to capture screenshot. So how to create an object? We are having a method called like take screenshot. take screenshot. Okay, so here, so this we will have to attach to the driver itself. Okay, so we can have to attach to driver. Say here also can use driver. Okay, so this is nothing but an interface. Okay, so we can use that as a interface. Take screenshot. Okay, TS is equal to like this. So now we can import this take screenshot. Okay, here we have the text screenshot. Screenshot. So this is nothing but an interface. Okay, what is interface? Contains methods only, right? Like implementation classes. So now we have created an object. So with the help of this, we can able to call the methods. Okay. So what all are the methods present under this take screenshot interface? We are going to call those methods. So how to call that? TS with the help of object reference, TS dot get screenshot as. Okay. So this is the method where it returns the object. So we can use here as output type. Okay, so we can use the out output type dot file. Okay, so you can see here you can use this. So this is nothing but a source. So we are capturing the screenshot. Okay, so this is nothing but a source. You can store it. This is a it returns as a file. Okay. See, how are we going to identify that whether this returns as a file or not? Whenever if we use the type ts dot get screenshot as, see here, this is nothing but a file. So this target element. So we can able to store this under a file. Okay. So here you can store that as a file. Okay. So ts dot get screenshot and this is the source file. Okay, so we can store this file src is equal to, so we can import this file java.input output. So this is the file src. That means that you are capturing the screenshots first, src folder, source folder. Now we will have to store this under a destination. Destination in the sense what? We will have to create a where we are going to store this screenshot in our local folder. So that is what we are going to see here. So we can store that as a one file here, new file. We can use our path of the location here. So wherever if you want to store that any desktop or somewhere, suppose if you want to store it under these screenshots or mm, we can save either material or I will HTML. We can store this JavaScript. You can say here, I will create a one folder here or, okay, so here I will use as a screenshots. Okay, say, so this is the path I am going to give. Okay, so that path I need to copy it here. Okay, under this, I am going to put copy. Under then, I will have to use the folder name. Let's say, for example, screen1.jpg. So whatever the format you want, so you can use either JPG or PNG, or it depends on you. Okay. So now we have created this. So this we are going to store as a file destination. Destination is equal to new file. So now what we are doing now, we capture the screenshots and we have, this is the source file where we have the screenshot, and now we have this destination. So now we have to copy the file, copy file. Okay. So you can use that files dot copy file from 2, right? So here we have the file from 2. So that is nothing but the source versus destination. Okay. So that is all about the, so here what we have, destination files dot copy. Yes, destination. Okay, so if we can use this surround try-catch block, if you'll get any errors, then we will have. Say here we used this. Suppose if file is saved successfully, then we can use the system dot out dot println. We have file saved successfully. You can use that file saved successfully, or else you will get the error message. Similarly, if this is a else block, this we can consider it as a file not saved. Okay. So now if I can run this, so basically we have to capture the screenshot. Let's see what error we will get if we have any error. So once we run this, we will get that active time application. Okay, so this is the screenshots what we are going to capturing now. Say now if I go back and check, see here file saved successfully, right? So if you are getting this message, that means that your file is saved under that particular place. So where we have saved JavaScript, under that JavaScript we have a screenshots folder. Under that screenshots folder, it is going to save that. So where is that JavaScript? So under this JavaScript, we have a screenshots. See, we have the screen1.jpg, right? So this is what we have captured right now. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. No.
Okay, so this is how we are going to take the screenshots. Similarly, if we can run it again, it will capture and it will override the same thing. That means that suppose if you want to capture a screenshots after providing the login credentials. So in such cases, what you have to do here, after launching this URL, okay, you have to enter the driver dot find element by dot id. So once if we have used this, right, then it will capture that screenshots after passing the parameters also. It depends on you. If you want to capture along with this username and password, then you can able to enter the values and then use this concept. Okay. So you are clear. So only three steps we have to remember here. So this create an object to capture the screenshots. How to create an object with the help of interface screenshot. Take screenshot as an interface. Under that interface, we have a method called get screenshot as. So TS is with the help of object reference. We did this. Then this is the source file. Initially we are where it is the source. this is nothing but a source. Okay, so this is nothing but a source. So here we are capturing get screenshot as this is nothing but the source. So once we are capturing from the source, once we are capturing from the source, the same screenshot, we have to store that in our local directory, local folder, right? So for that reason, we are going to give it on our path here. So wherever you want to store, we have to provide the path name here. So now it is going to save this. Okay. So that is about the how to capture the screenshots. Okay. So now I'm not going to enter here. Do you want me to enter this username and
No,
password? Okay.
no, sir, not.
Yeah. So the thing is directly it is going to capture it. But now my intention is I have this web element. Okay. Now I want to capture only this login button or this username or password or this checkbox, right? So how I can able to capture that particular web element? Say for example, either login button or password field or username field. How to capture this? Okay. So how to do that? Now we have get screenshot as, right? So this is the source file. Okay. So we have method. We need, first of all, we have to find the web element first. Okay. So we need to find the web element. So what is driver dot? We can able to find that. Okay. Say for example, okay. See, this is the entire screenshot, but now I want to specific web element I need to find out. So how to find the web element? Capture screenshot web element. Okay, specific web element. So in order to capture for the specific web element, again we have to use the same get screenshot as. Okay, so from here what you have to do? First of all, you have to find the web element. Which web element you have to capture? So for that, driver dot find element by dot, I think name, we can say it is a name. So now we are going to uh, identify the web element first. So I want to capture the username field. So here ID equal to username. Okay, so I will use that by dot ID. ID is equal to name. Okay. So this returns as a web element, right? So now I am going to store this as a web element. Web element username is equal to driver dot find element. So we have to import this web element, right? So now this is our one username. Okay. Now how to capture the screenshot? We have to use username dot. Okay. So you have to use, right, username dot. So username dot get screenshot. Okay, so this is the output. So here you can use the output type dot file. Okay. So this is nothing but a, we can store this as a file source1. Source1 is equal to username. Okay. Now you have to store this particular web element you have to store it under a local folder, right? So 1 minute. Okay, so now what we did here, so we captured this, right? Username dot get screenshot as. So with the help of get screenshot as, we are calling that method. Okay, so now you have to save this, right? Source one. This you have to store. So what you can do? Either you can use in this manner, or you can use the other concept called as files dot copy. You can use that files dot copy. Okay, so here you can use the source one. Okay, here you have to use the path of the folder. Okay, so you already have the file, right? Say either you can use the same folder also, same destination here. The same thing only you can copy here. Control C. I can use here. Same I can use here as a screen 2 rather than screen 1. Now I can use the here source 1 comma. Here I may change the destination 1. I can use the same thing here. That's all now. Okay, you have to use the surround with try catch block. Okay, so that's all. Now if we can run this system dot out dot println file saved successfully. Okay, if not saved, then it is going to be saved. So now what we did, we captured the only username field only, right? So now here, however, we use it, right? Driver dot find element by dot ID. So username. So I can use here username dot send keys. So we have to pass the send keys, right? So here I can use the any mail ID. So them ready @gmail.com. Just I am giving you as an input, not more than that. Okay. See now if I can run this, whether it is going to save the program or not. Okay. So that is now you can go and check. See file saved successfully, right? Now you just go there and here JavaScript under the screenshot. See we have the screenshot too, right? It captures only that particular web element, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, if you want to capture the specific web elements, then you can use that particular element, find element, web elements. Okay, so this is about, say for example, if you want to capture both web elements or up to certain extent, so then you can use this kind of things. Okay, username. Or if you want to capture login button, suppose if I want to capture login button, then first of all, you can identify that web element first, login button. Suppose I have to inspect login button. So this is the div tag is there, and we can use the XPath for this, right? /div tag. Okay. Open brace text function is equal to double quotes, close bracket, and in between you can use the login, right? So now I can use this. Say here, rather than this username by.id, right? So I can go with login button, driver dot find element by xpath, double quotes, and use this. So now I will comment this. I am going to save this as a web element button is equal to driver dot find element, right? So now here, what you have to do, rather than username, I will have to use button here. Button dot get screenshot. Okay. Now you can use the same thing. Okay. So now if I can run this, and it is going to be override. So in order to not override, I will use the screen 3, and then I am going to run this. Okay, now if we can go and check this, see you have the screen 3. Okay, it is captured the login button, right? Suppose if you don't want to either mistakenly, if the file is not available, okay, or suppose if you do not have any file format or something, if it is wrong, then it will throw error message or something, or it will by default it will see. Now if I can run this, what message we will get? Okay. See, now we got an error. Say file not found exception. Got it right here.
Yeah.
File
Yes,
not
sir.
because there is no path here. That's why we are getting the error message. So here we will have to use 3.jpg. Okay, now we can able to save that. So that is a one kind of exception handling. Okay, so that is about exception handling. Now if we can go and see here 3.jpg, same login button what we have, right? So this is a small examples how to capture the screenshots and how to make some kind of specific web elements and how to copy that. Okay, because initially we are capturing the screenshots and then we are copying the files. That's it, source versus destination. In the source file, what we are getting from where you have the source? You have the source from application, right? This is the source, and we have
Yeah.
to store it under the destination where we are going to give the
Work
path
system.
of the file. That's it. Okay. So these two, you need to remember that. Only that's all. This one, like capturing the screenshots and running this. Okay. So anything you want to clarify here, or is that clear?
It's clear, sir. Mm.
Okay.
Like when and all they will use this, like
No, suppose
after taking.
whenever if you found any some kind of errors or application in the right, say for example, whenever you see when you are executing a functionality, you have to capture some screenshots, right?
Yes,
Suppose
sir.
suppose in this application, imagine that you enter the username and password, then after clicking the login button, you may have to capture the screenshots, right? Whether you will get
Yeah.
message or whether successfully log in or not, you need to capture the screenshots, right? So in such cases, we are going to capture that screenshots. So how to do that? So with the help of take screenshots interface, From that interface, we have a get screenshot as a method. With that method, we are going to capture. Okay, so and then we have to store that under a one destination folder. On that we can save that. Okay, source comma destination. This is the files copy. That means we are copying from the source to destination. Destination is our local folder path, and source is the document where we are getting from the application. Okay, so that's why we are going to store this as a output.file. So here there might be some more types are available. So you may have some kind of button dot get screenshot as, right, get screenshot as output type, right? Say when you use the output type output type dot, see you have different formats here, base 64 bytes file class, so you can use any of these things. And normally for files and all saving, we can use this file format. Okay, so this is how we are going to capture the screenshots. Okay, so this is the source folder. Wherever you have the source folder, from that source folder you are capturing that get screenshot as. Then we are going to move this to our local folder. That is all about capturing the screenshots or taking the screenshots. So we can say how to capture and all that. Okay, this exception handling, you are aware, right? How to, what is the purpose of try block and catch block, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because suppose if there is a some unhandled screen dot, there might be some kind of irrelevant formats are there. Say for example, AB is there. Say for example, suppose if it is AB, then that is not going to be support, right? So let us see whether we will get the error or it will execute that. Okay, no, I think we we have to keep here AB. Okay, Sriti. Let's see now if I'll execute this, I'm going to save this, and now I'm going to execute because that is not a proper format, that AB dot AB, right? Say in such
Yeah.
case,
It will throw error.
yeah, sometimes it will throw an error because that is not a meaningful error format or something, but it is saved here. So if you go here, okay, but it is saved, but it is not opening anything. So maybe that is a, normally it should throw error, but it is saving the file with this format also. Okay. Okay, so I hope this is all about capturing the screenshots and all. And we are having Maven projects, right? You haven't worked on any Maven projects, right, so far?
No, sir. No.
No, right? Okay. See, what is the purpose of Maven? We are going to create a one Maven project. So now in order to work with this, you need the Selenium jar files, right? All the Selenium jar files, right? Suppose if you go
Yes.
with Maven, you no need of all these things. Okay, you no need to go to the local folder and configure build path. You no need to do all those things. Directly you have one repositories. Okay, so from there you can download the, or you can add that repositories here. We have the Maven repositories. Maven repositories. Maven repositories. Okay, so once we go into this, we can have all the Selenium jar files here. Selenium jar files. So just we need to add that dependencies. That's it. You need to add the dependencies. Okay, that we will check it in next session, so that we'll have, we are not going to do anything new on that Maven project. Whatever we did so far, the same thing only we are going to replicate with Maven project. Now these all are the normal Java projects where we have
Yeah.
made this. But how the Maven project, you can observe this, you have a M option here. This is a Maven project, right? So like this. See, you might have observed M right here. So what is the advantage of this? This is a build project management tool. Rather than downloading all the jar files to your local system and then you have to attach to the project. But if you have a Maven project, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to download. Only we have one pom.xml file. So for that pom.xml file itself, we are just going to add that dependency. That's it. You no need of any downloading the jar files from the selenium dev.org or somewhere else. Okay, you can just add the dependency. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So
So without that jar files only it will work.
Yeah, yeah. That is what I'm saying. This is the artifact ID. So this is the dependency. This is the version. See, normally how you are going to do, say, for example, if I want to add a jar files in this, I'm going to the build path, again configure build path. Here I have to go to the class path and then I have to go to the add external jars, right? Here we have the servers. So these all are I'm going to add by default, right? Manually. Okay, so now I'm going
Yeah.
to see this is the way I'm going to add here. Apply and close. For this normal Java project. See, now we got the reference libraries. So if we have a Maven project, then you can avoid all these things. You no need to go to the project and then configure build path, build and build path, then configure build path and add external jars. Those and all are not required. Just you can add this dependency. That's it. That is more than enough. So only these 3 lines of code you have to add it. That's it. Everything would be applicable
Okay.
to that. Okay, so that is the only advantage. And even if you have any jar files for if you want to work with Excel sheets, you may have some Apache Py and all, right. So normally if you want to do Excel sheet, you have to download all the jar files. But if you use Maven project, you just add that Apache Py dependency. That's it. You no need to go to the downloads folder and you no need to download all those this jar files. Okay, so Excel jar files you no need to download, so directly you can use that Apache Py. You just get that and you can work on this. Okay, so this is all about this Maven project. We will take separately. Okay,
Okay, sir.
yeah, so that I will that's all about for that session now.